Welcome to day 68 of 7:30. Today we're reading the rest of chapter 38 of Exodus and also chapter 39 until verse 21. From the New Living Translation, it reads, Bezalel made the bronze wash basin and its bronze stand from the bronze mirrors donated by the women who served at the entrance of the tabernacle. Then Bezalel made the courtyard, which was enclosed with the curtains made with finely woven linen. On the south side of the curtains were 150 long. They were held up by 20 posts set securely in 20 bronze bases. He hung the curtains with silver hooks and rings. He made a similar set of curtains for the north side, 150 feet of curtains held up by 20 posts set securely in bronze bases. He hung the curtains with silver hooks and rings. The curtains on the west end of the courtyard were 75 feet long, hung with the silver hooks and rings, and supported by 10 posts set onto 10 tables or bases. The east end, the front end, was also 75 feet long. 14. The courtyard entrance was on the east end, flanked with two curtains. The curtain on the right side was 22.5 feet long and was supported by 3 posts set into 3 bases. 15. The curtain on the left side was also 22.5 feet long and was supported by 3 posts set into 3 bases. All the curtains used in the courtyard were made of finely woven linen. 17. Each post had a bronze base, and all the hooks and the rings were silver. The tops of the posts of the courtyard were overlaid with silver, and the rings to hold it up, or to hold up the curtains, were made of silver. He made the curtain of the entrance to the courtyard with fine woven linen, and he decorated it with beautiful embroidery in blue, purple, and scarlet thread. It was 30 feet long, and its height was 7.5 feet, just like the curtains of the courtyard walls. It was supported by 4 posts set securely in its own bronze base. The tops of the posts were overlaid with silver, and the hooks and the rings were also made with silver. 20. All the 10 pegs used in the tabernacle and the courtyard were made of bronze. This is the inventory of the materials used in the building of the tabernacle of the covenant. The Levites compiled the figures as Moses directed, and Ithamar, the son of Aaron, the priest, served as recorder. 22. Bezalel, son of Uri, grandson of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made everything just as the Lord had commanded Moses. He was assisted by Oholiab, the son of Ahisamach, the tribe of Dan, a craftsman expert in engraving, designing, and embroidery with blue, purple, and scarlet thread and fine linen cloth. 24. The people brought special offerings of gold totaling 2,193 pounds as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. The gold was used throughout the tabernacle. The whole community of Israel gave 7,545 pounds of silver as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. The silver came from the tax collected from each man registered in the census. The tax is 1 beker, which is half a shekel, based on the sanctuary shekel. The tax was collected from 603,550 men who had reached their 20th birthday. The 100 bases for the frames of the sanctuary walls and for the posts supporting the inner curtains required 7,500 pounds of silver, about 75 pounds of each base. The remaining 45 pounds of silver was used to make the hooks and rings to overlay the tops of the posts. The people also brought a special offering, 5,310 pounds of bronze, which was used in casting the bases for the post at the entrance of the tabernacle and for the bronze altar with its bronze grating and all the altar utensils. Bronze was also used to make the bases of the posts that supported the curtains around the courtyard, the bases for the curtain at the entrance of the courtyard, and all the 10 pegs of the tabernacle and the courtyard. Chapter 39. The craftsmen made beautiful sacred garments of blue, purple, and scarlet cloth, clothing for Aaron to wear while ministering in the holy place, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. Bezalel made the effort of finely woven linen and embroidered it with gold and with blue, purple, and scarlet thread. He made gold thread of hammering out thin sheets of gold and cutting it into fine strands, which with great skill and care he worked it into the fine linen and with blue, purple, and scarlet thread. For the effort consisted of 2 pieces, front and back, joined at the shoulder, shoulders with two shoulder pieces. 3. The decorative sash was made of the same material, finely woven linen embroidery or embroidered with gold and with blue, purple, and scarlet thread, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. They mounted the two onyx stones in settings of gold filigree, and stones were engraved with the names of the tribes of Israel, just as the seal is engraved. He fastened the stones on the soldier pieces of the ephod, and as a reminder that the priests represent the people of Israel. All this was done just as the Lord had commanded Moses. 8. Bezalel made the chest piece with great skill and care. He made it to match the ephod, using finely woven linen embroidered with gold and with purple, blue, and scarlet thread. He made the chest piece of a single piece of cloth folded to form a pouch 9 inches square. They mounted They mounted 4 rows of gemstones on it. The first row contained a red carnelian, a pale green peridot, and an emerald. 11. The second row contained a turquoise, a blue lapis lazuli, and a white moonstone. The third row contained an orange jacinth, an agate, and a purple amethyst. The fourth row contained a blue-green beryl, an onyx, and a green jasper. All these stones were set in gold filigree. 14. Each stone represented one of the 12 sons of Israel, and the name of the tribe was engraved on it like a seal. To attach a chest piece to the ephod, they made braided cords of pure gold thread. They also made 2 settings of gold filigree with 2 gold rings and attached them to the top corners of the chest piece. They tied the 2 gold cords to the rings of the chest piece. They tied the other ends of the cords to the gold settings on the shoulder pieces of the ephod. Then they made 2 more gold rings and attached them to the inside edges of the chest piece next to the ephod. Then they made 2 more gold rings and attached them to the front of the ephod below the shoulder pieces, just above the knot where the decorative sash was fastened to the ephod. They attached the bottom rings of the chest piece to the rings of the ephod with blue cords. In this way, the chest piece was held securely to the ephod above the decorative sash. All this was done just as the Lord had commanded Moses. And until tomorrow, stay blessed.